Welcome to the Real Estate Finder podcast. I'm Matthew Mashler, real estate broker with the Signature Real Estate Companies here in the great state of Florida. And with me as always, no, you're not always here, are you?
No, not always.
And with me as sometimes, Preston Smith. Hi, Preston. How are you?
I'm great. How about you, Matt?
You told me today you've been working with me for 7 years now.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's wild. How time's flown by.
How old are you?
32.
30. You've been working with me since you were 25?
Yeah. No, that sounds right.
Oh.
It was like 2018.
How's it going so far?
December. I loved it.
Yeah, you learned a lot?
I've learned so much.
Have you sold a house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty of those.
All right. So we talked briefly on a prior episode about the word team. Mm-hmm. And sometimes at Signature Real Estate Finder, we refer to ourselves as a team because we operate like that. We try to help each other. The agents at my brokerage firm, the agents of Signature Real Estate Finder, I treat them like a team. I use a Bitmoji called Team Awesome.
If only they could see it.
I think people have seen it on their Bitmoji. I use that a lot in texts, and one year I put it on the firm awards. But we are not a team. We are a brokerage firm. Signature Real Estate Finder is a brokerage firm. Two brokers, Matthew Mashler and Ben Schachter, are the brokers of Signature Real Estate Finder. We're part of the Signature Real Estate Companies. Ben Schachter is the broker for Signature International Real Estate and Signature International Premier Properties, but he also has brokerage agreements with other people to form, let's say, Signature One with Marcy Javor, or Signature Paradise with Lori Dubo, or Signature Best with Laura Higgins. Some real estate companies would call these teams. And when I started Signature Real Estate Finder, I kind of wanted to be at Signature International Real Estate and just have a team. But we decided, since I had my brokerage license, it would be perfectly fine to form the Signature Real Estate Finder brokerage firm, and the agents that I hire to work with be agents of Signature Real Estate Finder. A lot of times, agents, when we network or have a holiday party, they'll say, what office do you work out of? What they mean is which brokerage, because it's not about a specific office. All of the offices at Signature Real Estate are open to all of the agents of Signature Real Estate, regardless of which brokerage firm they're at. So really, when people at Signature ask which brokerage are you at is the right question. But there are also teams at Signature, and two or more people can start a team. The issue is in the last several 10 years, all these teams were forming. Two people would call themselves the Diamond Team, maybe if their last name was Diamond, or if they just like jewelry. And what would happen is, Florida law requires the name of the brokerage firm, nothing else, not the name of the agent, not the address, not the phone number, the name of the brokerage firm to be on all advertising. And what would happen is, when someone would form a team, let's say they call it the A team, because I don't want to accidentally talk about someone else's team. A team's taken. All right, we'll call it the B team.
Yeah.
Someone forms the B team. Then their advertising, it might be their names, John B, Mary B. Call the B team for all your real estate needs. And the problem is that the consumer doesn't know the name of the brokerage firm. Mm-hmm. And they just might, in small letters at the bottom, put Signature Real Estate Companies or Lang or Keller Williams. Yeah. And it's confusing to the consumer. Who are they dealing with? Consumers know there's a brokerage firm and an agent, right? Coldwell Banker and Mary Smith, Signature Real Estate Finder and Preston Smith. Do you know Mary?
Which Mary?
I say Mary Smith.
Mary Smith. I see.
But when two agents started saying call the XYZ team, it sometimes leaves the consumer with confusion on who the brokerage firm is. So, the state of Florida promulgated some rules. Let me go through them with you. And this was in 2018, these rules came up. So if a team, and it applies to team or group, right? So if you have a name or a logo used by one or more real estate licensees who represent themselves to the public as a team or a group, the team or group must be licensed under the same brokerage firm. That's one rule. So you can't have one agent at Lang, one agent at Keller Williams, one agent at Signature, and you guys they form the B team. So every member of a team must be at the same brokerage firm, broker or brokerage. All right. Each team or group shall file with their broker the name of a designated person to be responsible for the team. Right. That way, if there's a dispute with a customer and the customer goes after the team, who is the team? There's that one responsible person, the designated licensee who's responsible, and it's responsible for their advertising.
Gotcha.
Responsible for the advertising of the team. And every month, the broker must have a written record of each team or group's members. So if the XYZ team has 15 agents and 3 agents decide to join and start advertising under the name of the XYZ team.
Yeah.
And then a couple months later, 5 agents, and then a couple months later, 20, there's 30 agents. The broker doesn't even know that their agents are advertising this way.
Yeah.
It's a problem. So every month they must make sure that, okay, which agents at this firm are using this XYZ team name. So the team leader has to make sure to update the broker, because it would be insane if there's people going around saying they're on a team and the broker has no idea that they're doing that, or that they're even on a team. So every month they must update, the broker must update the list of members of the team. Okay, so we said if you're going to use team or group in your advertising, you're subject to this test. The broker has to have a designated licensee, every month a written record of the team, and you're allowed to use team or group as part of your name. So if I wanted to call it the Preston Group or the Mashler team, that's allowed. But you're not allowed to use the following words: agency, right? It can't be the Smith Agency, associates, brokerage, brokers, company, corporation, Corp, Inc., LLC, LP, LLP, or partnership. And that makes sense. You can't use Corp, probably unless you are a Corp. Yeah. But if the team name can't be a Corp, because then that would be a non-licensed person.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah.
So you can't be the Smith Agency or Preston and Mashler Associates, right? Can't be Preston Brokers.
Yeah.
So you can't, because you don't want to lead the public to believe that you are a real estate agency or real estate brokerage. Right? You can't use the word property or properties, real estate or realty, right? So you could be the Smith Group, but you can't be the Smith Group Real Estate or the Smith Group Realty, because they think that those words make you sound like a brokerage.
Yeah. It sounds misleading.
If you get your broker's license and open up a brokerage, you can use those names.
Yeah.
So you can't use those names or similar words suggesting that the team or the group is a separate real estate brokerage or company. Right?
Yeah.
This rule applies to all advertising, and the advertising containing the team or group name cannot be bigger than the name or the logo of the broker. So you can't have the B team, the A team, and have all the team members in a van with a big logo and little tiny letters below it at Signature Real Estate Companies. No. It cannot be bigger than the brokerage, right? Because it still leads to confusion.
Yeah.
The customer doesn't know who the broker is. And this rule was adopted in 2018, took effect July 1st of 2019.
Oh, right as I was really getting started.
Yeah. And it doesn't change other advertising rules.
Yeah.
These are just rules that apply to using a team or a group name.
Gotcha.
So if you use a team or a group name, your broker has to know that you're doing it, know the agents that are there, and monthly. And then you can't. The most important thing is that the logo and the name can't be bigger than the brokerage, and you can't use these no words or similar words suggesting the team or the group is part of a real estate brokerage company. I get advertising all the time from that does not conform, that breaks these rules. I get all the time the such and such team, the such and such group, and quite often you cannot tell what brokerage firm they're at, or the brokerage firm is really, really small. I don't. Sometimes I collect those. And this is Florida law. This isn't even a rule, an association rule. I don't quite know what the punishment is for breaking these rules. If you can lose your license, it's probably a case against your license. So yeah,
that would be rough.
But we don't want to find it out.
No.
But I do want to find out because I do like reporting people because I'm a snitch. I try to recruit other agents and I try to tell them that they're that I could teach them the advertising rules. Preston, do you have any questions about this?
No questions yet about teams. But I mean, on the topic of teams, like that's kind of what I want to do in the long term, real estate wise, is like start my own teams.
Start your own team or start your own brokerage?
Well, I kind of operate like a brokerage, but I don't want to leave Signature.
You don't have to.
Well, I know. I'm just saying that's why.
Look at Eliana.
Yeah.
She formed her own brokerage under Signature.
Yeah.
And to be clear, a real estate agent or a real estate associate represents buyers and sellers of real estate. The real estate brokerage firm represents the agents under them. The broker's job is to support the agents. The broker's customer is the agent. The agent is the broker's sales force. So there's two reasons that people start their own brokerage. One is because they don't want a boss, so they're just their own broker. And I've seen it. There's just a couple people around town that are just their own brokers. They have to deal with the Florida Real Estate Commission and everything on their own. But it's just them. If it was me and I was in that situation, and I am, I'd rather bring my license over to Signature, make a deal with Ben, let him handle all of the compliance and paperwork and audits and whatever is required, so I can focus on what makes me money, which is either buying or selling real estate or recruiting agents. So I don't think I'd be out there just as Matthew Mashler, a real estate broker. Yeah. The other reason is if you're going to build a sales team and have agents under you that you can support. And right now I'm still happy with Signature doing that for me. So if you're an agent out there that you're either a broker and you want some help, I'd love to talk to you, bring you onto my team at Signature. Or if you want to build a brokerage firm and have agents under you, reach out to me, and I'd love to introduce you to Ben and Signature Real Estate, and together we can make a whole bunch of money.
Yeah. Well, and just saying, I forget what the word is, but I've loved enjoying working for Matt, and he's been a fabulous broker as well as Ben. So if you're hearing this and you're thinking about joining a brokerage, you absolutely must call Matt or reach out to him, because I promise you won't regret it, and you'll learn more than you can imagine.
All right. Thank you for joining us on the Real Estate Finder podcast. Please reach out to us with any questions. We are here for you to help you with all of your real estate questions and all your real estate needs in the state of Florida or the rest of the country.
And the storms pass by, the sky's dark blue and it's almost that time. Light shows, cameras flash when I pass. Living in the moment, forget about the past. They save the best for last.